in general, there is some practice that charge Xeomin or any Botox by the area, or they can do it by unit. What's the difference? In reality, there's not much difference because it's up to the provider. You want it to be evaluated for what are we gonna do, and then at the same time, just depending on the area, we can do a specific amount, or depending on the results that we get, like natural look, that we only treat just a little bit. So in terms of cost, you always want to talk to your provider and see, what am I getting for this price? Or is it the results that you wanted? Is the whole face being evaluated in order to get the look that you want? And then discuss cost. You can always talk to us and then see what's the best that we can do for you, not in terms of cost, but in terms of the amount that we're gonna use in your face. Or is it necessary to add a little bit on your jawline? Is it necessary to do a little bit of your bunny ears? Something that sometimes you may not know that Xeomin can treat, but at the same time, just by evaluating your face, we can mention and we can solve that problem with a little bit of Botox. Getting the most expensive option is never the right answer. The best is to get the most out of you in terms of your face and the look. Sometimes it might be that you need more Botox than fillers, for example. And then it's better to just do the Botox because that is what it's going to change and give you the best results. Or sometimes it's better just to do a little bit more filler and very little Botox, because the filler is the one that is going to change and then lift your face, and it's going to give you better results. So always evaluate the face, ask the provider, what are the results I'm going to get? And that's when you pretty much make your budget from. Something that is super important about pricing is that it's not that we're recommending to go to either like the most expensive or like to the most cheap. The most important is that where you're going, the credentials that they have, the certification that the practice have, more because that is going to be a backup of the quality of the products that they use. There are some areas that they just dilute the Botox and they just do everything for like cheaper price because they're diluting it. And at the same time, there are places that they just charge you because they just want to charge. My belief is more about where are you going and who's doing the treatment. That's the most important. The most important is to have a consult, because from there we know, one, the amount of units that we're going to use, two, the areas that we need to treat. And depends on that, we can develop a plan, because it might be that you only need certain areas to treat to get the best results, or it might be that you get the whole face treated in order to get the best results. There is always financing options. There is always ways to work around where we can develop a plan and then say, okay, this is a priority. We have to treat your eyes, or we have to treat your lower face. And from there, you don't need to spend a lot of amount of money and just use one treatment and pretty much don't come back in a year, but actually little by little get the areas that need the most, and then you can come back in 3 months and get another area, or come back later and then just do a little bit like a touch up after.